Hey guys, welcome again to my channel. In my previous video I was talking about face primers, and in this tutorial I'm going to talk about eyeshadow primers and eyeshadow bases. So guys, I want you to know about eyeshadow bases, eyeshadow primers. I want you to know what is the difference. I want you to know how to use them. I want you to know why you should use them. I want you to know everything that I know. I'm going to start by showing you all the primers and the bases that I have. We are going to comment all of them. You are going to touch, feel them, and review all of them. I will not be able to use all of them in this tutorial, but don't worry, we will get there. I'm first going to show you the primers, and these ones are my oldest primer. They are from L.Agirl. Let me tell you something, these ones are good. So they are being called pro primers by L.Agirl, and the shade is written right here. As you can see, this one is the black shade. When I open it, this is what we have. We have a creamy product coming out from the tube, and this is what we have. I'm going to swatch it. Next, I'm showing you the pro primer in the shade Nude, and this is the primer that I use the most among these three. I'm also going to swatch it right here for you. And this one right here is the white shade, and I'm going to swatch it right here for you. So guys, after swatching all three primers, this is what we have. At first I didn't know what was the difference between an eye primer and an eye base. So I thought everything that was creamy was a primer. No, it was a base, and I thought that everything that was liquid was a primer, but I was wrong. So guys, these are the three best primers that I own. I love these three so much. I've been having them for years. They stay long, so don't worry about having to buy them over and over again. I bought them when I was in South Africa, and back in the days they retailed for 60 rands. So black base is for the use of black eyeshadow when you want to do a smoky look, or when you want to do dark metallic eyeshadows. Nude base is when you want to do a nude look, when you're using nude eyeshadows, brown eyeshadows, beige eyeshadows, you know, that kind of brownish nudish colors. And white base is when you want to do a white eyeshadow look, or if you want to do those bright colors, light blue, light pink, light yellow, light green, everything that is light and you need it to pop. On to the next primers. This one is the L.A. Colors Eyeshadows Primer. Guys, please don't be confused. This is L.Agirl, this is L.A. So L.A. Eyeshadows Primer, when I open it, it comes out like this, and let me swatch it for you. This is what we have. Next, I'm showing you the Colors Queen Eye Primer, and this is what it looks like. This one is a very small and cute tube, and out from the tube, this is what it looks like. And this one right here is the Swiss Beauty Eye Primer Focus and Stay, and right out of the tube, this is what we have right here. Now I'm going to show you these two primers, and this one is the Inside Cosmetic Eyeshadow Primer, and this one is the Chameleon Ultra Cooling Eye Primer. So if I swatch both of them on my finger, we have this light creamy texture, and if I swatch the Chameleon Primer on my eye, we have this creamy texture. The last two products I'm going to show you are eyeshadow bases. This one is the Crease Cosmetic Prime and Fine Eyeshadow Base, and this one here is the Essence Cosmetic I Love Stage Eyeshadow Base. So if I open the Crease Cosmetic Eyeshadow Base, this is what we have. And if I open the Essence Cosmetics base, this is what we have. I guess now we are curious about the difference between an eyeshadow base and an eyeshadow primer. So funny enough, I used to think that when the primer or the base is light like this, it's been called a primer. But as you can see here, when I swatch my base, it's more or less the same texture, the same consistency. And I used to think that when we have a creamy product, then this is called a base. But no, this is called a primer. So what I learned over the internet and while watching other people's makeup tutorial is that a primer should be used before putting anything else on your lid. A primer locks in the oil into your lid. A primer is decreasing the release of the sebum out of your lid. And after applying a primer, it's recommended to apply a base. But for me, it doesn't matter that much. I always apply 2 to 3 products on my lid before playing with my eyeshadows. Let me show you. First of all, you need to have such a brush to be able to blend your eyes product. And this one is the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush. I use it as my concealer brush. You can also use any brush that looks like this. It's all about how firm the bristles are on your skin. So after doing my brow, I usually blend my concealer down to my lid, and this is going to be the first barrier to the oil, stopping the oil from coming out from my skin. Then I like using a light eye primer, so I'm going to use the L.Agirlcosmetics Eyeshadow Primer. Please apply a generous amount onto your skin. Now I'm going to blend it. And don't forget to blend the product to the lower part of your eye, connecting it to the upper part of your eye. So next we are using another primer, and this one is the L.Agirl Pro Primer in the shade Nude. I'm not doing any eyeshadows today, that's why I'm applying a very little amount, but if you are doing an eyeshadow game, please apply a bigger amount than this. So now you have to use your face powder or maybe a light eyeshadow to set your primers. If you don't do this, your eyes are going to crease. You will see some sort of division here, and we don't want that while doing our eyeshadows. Don't forget to set the lower part of your eye as well. So this eye is done, and here I'm going to apply 2 different products. So first I will use the Color Queen Eye Primer. One thing I haven't told you yet is that I like using my concealers by L.Agirl's as eyeshadow primers or base. These one are the Pro Concealer. One is in the shade Almond and the other one is in the shade Warm Honey. They are nudish in colors and they are creamy enough to be considered as primers. So the reason why I like topping up my primer with this is because of the texture, is because of their consistency. Another concealer that I have right here is the Swiss Beauty Liquid Concealer. This one is lighter in texture than my Pro Concealer, but it's also very good. Now I'm going to use the Warm Honey to top up my primer. And also don't forget to set your eye after applying your products. So I hope you guys can see that there's no difference between this eye and this eye. What matters is the way you apply either your primer, your base, or your concealer on your eye. So to let you know one more time, here I am wearing the LA Colors eyeshadow primers and the LA Girl Pro primer. And right here I am wearing the Color Queen's eye primer and the LA Girl Pro concealer. Honestly guys, what matters to me is the texture of the product. If it's a light product, whether it's a base or a primer, I use it first. Then on top of it, I add the creamy product. That is how I put up my eyeshadow base. Next, I set it up with a powder before I apply any eyeshadow. If you don't set your primers, your eyeshadows will not pop up. Your eyeshadows will not apply correctly. They will swim around your eye. Some of them will get stuck to the product and you won't be able to blend. And that was enough talking for eyeshadow bases or primers today. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you learned something. Please do let me know in the comments if you are confused about anything. Also check my description box because I'm going to name all the products down below along with the prices, the links of the website where you can find them. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I will see you again in my next tutorial.